The boy picks up a nail with his mouth, then quickly swallows it. Unexpectedly, he starts to gag, and suddenly spits out an egg, followed by a second one, and a third. People rush forward to give him money. However, this kind of trick can only be performed once in each place. He hurriedly returns home afterward. The first thing he does is ask his mother to shake his body. With just a gentle shake from his mother, coins keep falling onto the ground endlessly. Seeing his mother laugh with joy, he promises her that one day he'll turn all of these into gold. But as he grows older, he gradually realizes that street performance barely makes ends meet. To fulfill his childhood promise, he needs to do something big. So he finds journalists and throws all his savings in front of the sheriff, then provocatively declares that this prison cell can't hold him. The angry sheriff pushes him into the prison and thoroughly searches his body, then firmly locks the iron door, determined to teach him a lesson. His wife comes to kiss him goodbye. The sheriff immediately notices something suspicious, but after careful inspection, nothing unusual is found. The sheriff threatens, "If you can't escape, I'll keep you for another 15 days for disturbing public order." But as soon as the sheriff leaves, as if nothing happened, he slowly regurgitates an iron bar from his esophagus. As expected, he successfully escapes. Houdini finally makes headlines, but it was just a flash in the pan, so he has to find the sheriff again, and mocks him once more. But this time the sheriff is well prepared, not only strips Houdini naked, but also chains his hands and feet, and specially makes a mask for him. Finally even calls all the city's reporters to witness his humiliation. But as soon as the door closes, something incredible happens. Houdini slowly opens his hands, revealing 6 fingers. Then he pours out the key from inside. When everyone returns, the cell is already empty. The media extensively covers the story. Houdini's fame suddenly rises, but he knows it's not enough to maintain the attention. He must quickly come up with something more exciting. He chains his feet and hangs upside down. His assistant slowly lowers him into the water. Houdini begins to try breaking free from the handcuffs, but hanging upside down makes it difficult to use his strength. He signals his wife to pull him up first, but then the mechanism malfunctions. They can't pull the rope at all. As Houdini approaches his limit, the assistant quickly grabs an axe, using all his strength, striking the glass repeatedly. Fortunately at the last moment, heaven still favors this madman, but the crazy Houdini doesn't learn his lesson. Before the act is perfected, he impatiently steps onto the stage. This is mankind's first water tank escape performance. The audience holds their breath, but until the set time passes, Houdini was nowhere to be seen. The crowd began to grow restless, worried about a possible fatality. His wife and assistant started to panic. They quickly called for rescue personnel to come forward, but when the screen was opened, the water cell was completely empty. It turned out Houdini had already escaped. The performance was a huge success. Houdini instantly became the greatest magician. He even received an invitation from the German royal family. However, the king was very worldly, and wasn't impressed by ordinary tricks. To impress the king, he needed to show his ultimate skill, so he asked the general to shoot at a target. The general pulled the trigger and hit the bullseye on his first shot. The assistant took the gun and continued loading gunpowder. Houdini took out another bullet, asked the general to verify its authenticity. After confirmation, the assistant pushed the bullet into the barrel, but when the general raised the gun to aim again, Houdini surprisingly stepped forward.